there, folks, and welcome back to the Gamer's Grotto. Tonight we're going to be playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This was a game that I did stream a little bit of on the Xbox Series X back when it first came out, but I got sick of the the amount of time it took to transfer my live streams from Twitch to YouTube and all that crap. So I said I was going to re-stream this when it came out to the PS5. It's out now for the PS5. Well, technically it's out, I think, Friday, but early access is out now. So we're going to go into this right now. Let's play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the PS5. Now, I have noticed a lot of graphical changes. For the better with this version compared to the Xbox Series X. It's certainly a lot more vibrant, a lot more detailed, has ray tracing, and of course full haptic feedback. So it's really good, and I'm fairly far in it on my other save. I've beaten it multiple times before on the Xbox Series X. Now, in my previous playthrough on the Xbox Series X, I didn't do any of the side missions. I kind of just went right into the main missions and all that kind of shit, and I feel bad that I did that because there is a lot of backstory on all the characters if you do all the side missions. So for this playthrough, we're going to do the entire thing. We're going to do the side missions and the main missions. Anyway, let's get into this right now. Let's play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the PS5.
Yoey.
We are walking the path of death. What of the curse? Superstitions, Atipo. Tranquilo.
So this part of the game is actually a flashback of Indiana Jones and the what was the first movie again? Indiana Jones and the I keep on wanting to say Last Crusade, but that was the last movie in the original series. But anyway, so this is this character here is supposed to be in the movie. He was played by Alfred Molina, who went on to do Doc Ock in the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. It doesn't look. It looks kind of like him, as much like him as it can with CGI. Take your time, guys. No rush. All right. Raiders of the Lost Ark, by the way, was the name of the movie I was thinking of. So this takes place during Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Senor, the Jovitos could be watching us. Jovitos don't
Hang on a sec. I just noticed something a bit odd here. There's supposed to be audio playing in that scene. The hell is going on with this game right now? All right, I'm gonna restart checkpoint here. There's no audio.
What of the curse?
There's no music. That was really weird.
Tranquilo.
Hopefully this fixes it. Now, if this doesn't fix it, then that's obviously a game glitch with streaming. Hey, Shadow, how you doing, buddy? See, I do feel like there's supposed to be music in this entire segment. It just feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
You good? That's good. Let's try this segment again. And if we're not getting any audio again, that's gonna be weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, this is so weird. This is not playing any of the audio. Like it's not playing any of the music.
Relax.
This game is going to feel really weird if the music is all out of it. It's just going to be odd. And all my settings show that the music is not muted or anything, so I don't know what the hell's going on here.
This was Forrestal's favorite.
Why did they leave these things behind?
I think they were intent on coming back.
The haptic feedback, by the way, when you're going through water and stuff like that, or using your whip, or you know, punching guys with your fists, is really cool. It really makes the game a lot more immersive on the PS5 controller when you kind of feel every punch and every whip.
Why wasn't I invited?
Why weren't you invited? What are you talking about? I sent you a.
We were here.
I sent you a. Well, I linked it to the group. What do you mean? You want to be? You want to be?
As the guy who steals the treasure.
The guy who steals the Indiana Jones? Do you want to be on mic, Stu? I can bring you on mic if you want. And as I said earlier, I know I streamed a little bit of this on...
the guy who steals it from Indy.
Oh. Alfred Molina. His character. So I know I said this earlier, but I am restreaming this for PS5 because... I know I streamed a little bit of it on Xbox, but I didn't like my stream because I just kind of rushed through everything. I didn't do any of the side missions. I really didn't do anything. I just kind of rushed through it. And this time around, it's on the PS5, and it looks a lot better on PS5, performs a lot better. And I'm going to do everything. I'm going to do all the side missions in this playthrough and all that stuff.
Did the physical PS5 version come out or just the digital?
I don't think it's getting a physical release. From what I've read, it's digital only. A lot of games are going digital only nowadays. Yeah, there is no audio here. What the fuck is going on? I'm gonna just... This is kind of irritating me. I'm gonna just exit for a sec and...
That's bullshit.
It's still not... I don't think it's...
the audio.
No, like... Music. There's no music audio. And it's really bothering me because, like, everything on my end is normal. It's almost like when I started streaming, the game shut off all of the music in the game. And I don't get why. Unless all of the music is copyrighted. But, again, that doesn't make any sense. You would figure they would let you know before streaming that, hey, you know, by the way, we're gonna shut off every single sound bit in the game. Because it's just so out of place when, like, you got, like action scenes and there's no music. It's just fist pounding sound effects and that's it. So, I don't know. I don't know. That could be a game glitch. Now, keep in mind that this game is not technically out until Friday. Thursday, Friday. This is early access, so it could be a game glitch.
Could be watching us.
But I'm not gonna even bother fucking around with it anymore. Let's just play the game. And again, playing this game all the way through, like I beat it multiple times on the Xbox, and I gotta be honest, it is a really good game. And they make references to some of the older games, which I was really shocked by. Like when you end up in Egypt, they have a reference to Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, which I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's kind of neat.
This was Forrestal's favorite.
Why did they leave these things behind?
I think they were intent on coming back.
The other thing to note is that when we end up at Marshall College, on the Xbox version, there was like a whole bunch of display cases with ancient artifacts in them. And they had like descriptions of the artifacts, but on the Xbox version, it was so blurry that you couldn't even read anything. On the PS5 version, you can read everything. So when we get to that part, I'm going to read a little bit of it because it's really cool. They have like a backstory of all of the objects that Indiana Jones has in his collection.
The Ovitas are near. Poison is still fresh, 3 days. They're following us.
If they knew we were here.
Yep. Let's grab a poison dart and lick it. You know, that's what I usually do when I see a poison dart. I just poison myself with it.
This American is crazy drinking water. What is wrong with him?
It's been so long since I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. I have it on Blu-ray. I might have to rewatch it just for this entire segment alone so I can remember it and see how well they reenacted it in the game. It's so weird without the music. I don't know what the hell's going on. Why it's not playing the music. There's like literally, it's just sound effects. There's no... Whatever. It's so... I don't know, it just looks so weird without the music. It's kind of funny without the music. I wish I knew how to fix that, but it seems like it's a game glitch. It's gotta be. Now, when I'm not streaming the game, the audio was working fine.
Horse, brown, simple. This is Chachapoyan.
The only thing I can think is that when we load up the next destination, maybe the music will be back. I hope. If not, we'll just have to stream it without audio or without music. It's a bit like watching your favorite movie with no music in it. Be kind of weird. Alright, so I'm going to get the treasure from down here.
Remnant of a warrior outpost. The temple must be nearby.
I did say restart the game.
Picture. Clearly just a
Yeah, but if I restart the game, that ends my stream. You mean restart the level? I already tried that. I tried that twice. That did nothing. I'm almost thinking that they cut out all the audio when you stream, because it was all copyright. That's the only thing I can think. But not all the audio. You know what I mean? All the music. I don't know. It's just, but it's really weird. You would think that they would at least include some like non-copyright music or something.
This is it. This is where Forrestal cashed in.
A friend of yours?
A competitor. He was good. He was very, very good.
Senor, nobody has come out of there alive. Please.
I love how he doesn't even care. It's like, yeah, take the torch. Stop talking. Just take the torch. But yeah, all in all, this is one of my favorite movie-based games. Modern movie-based games, for sure. One of the best, if not the best. Because it really makes you feel like you're Indiana Jones, and it feels true to the movies. This spider scene is going to be so stupid without audio, without music. It's just so... Yeah.
Please, hurry.
Stop. Stay out of the light.
This game really makes you feel like you're Indiana Jones.
IGN.com.
Forrestal.
You said he was very good.
He was. Just not good enough.
Are you?
LOLLL.
What is...
This review makes you feel like an
Does he
IGN.
recognize the body? Or is he just assuming?
I'm assuming he knew Forrestal. That's why he said it's Forrestal. Indiana Jones is not going to be like, well, that corpse of a woman is definitely a man. I would have just let him fall. Oh, thank you, senor. I would have fallen. Alright.
But later he steals from him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I would have let him fall.
Let us hurry. There is nothing to fear here.
That's what scares me.
That's
So,
it.
this part here, all you do is find the little circular markers. This is so silly. I mean, because This is the beginning of the game, so they don't want to like give you like they don't want to shove like a massive puzzle in your face right at the beginning. So they make this painfully obvious what you have to do.
That's it.
Now, theoretically, you could have just walked right through this and not slammed down your stick on the little circular symbols, but you would end up getting attacked by all these poison darts. Now, you don't die, but you do lose a lot of health.
That's how it's done.
The most ugly freaking statue I've ever seen.
Give me the whip.
Throw me the idol. No time to argue. Throw me the idol. I throw you the whip.
Damn! It doesn't let me throw it down the hole. That's what.
Hurry!
I was hoping it would let me throw the idol down the hole.
Senor.
That would have been funny. Throw me the idol! I didn't say down the hole!
At least the guy dies.
Only to return in Spider-Man 2 as Doc Ock.
Adios, Sabito.
But the subtitle said Satipo, but he said Sapito.
The man I knew 10
What?
years ago.
I'm confused. What's this guy's name?
Well, where the hell were you? Damn it! Don't you leave me down here by myself!
Marcus.
That's okay, Andy. Marcus is just in the corner drunk.
Like a labyrinth.
Lightweight. What the devil?
Clearly, it's the janitor, and he made a mess. Alright, I should grab the,
Damn kids. Someone's getting expelled tonight.
Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Look not into the eyes of Mara, and you shall gain admission to the temple of your greatest secret desire. Beware the false pathways that lead to death. Beware the deadly booby traps that lurk within. So, interesting fact, that I just picked up is a reference to the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, Disney World. The Temple of the Forbidden Eye ride. So it's a reference to that ride. There's a lot of references to different Indiana Jones stuff in this game.
Those are big footprints.
I'm hearing a little bit of... I think that's music. I'm hearing a little bit of music. Maybe that's not music. No. I'm hearing music now. So I don't know what was going on before. Either way, it got fixed. Marshall College, Bedford, Connecticut, India, identification card, Dr. Henry Jones, Jr., Professor of Archaeology, Woolley Hall. Always good to keep our identification card with us. Map of the area. Good old Thomas Jefferson. Now, as I said, on the Xbox version of the game, when I played it anyway, you couldn't read any of this. It was all out of focus. So it's really nice to be able to actually freaking read things now. Like these are, you know, we can read these now. On the Xbox version when I streamed it, they were all blurred out and you couldn't read a damn thing. Anyway, we'll read those in a little bit. We'll tour this area in a little bit. Because I'm curious to see all these artifacts and their history. Now, in the making of this game, the creators of the game did state that they actually went to a real museum and they digitally scanned all of the artifacts from that museum into this game. So a lot of these artifacts that we're seeing in here are real in the sense that they were digitally scanned into the game from a real museum, which is kind of cool. And Tony Todd in his final role before he sadly left us. He passed away shortly after doing this game of some kind of a health condition. But this was his final role in any media.
Who the hell are you? You asked for it.
Whatever you're up to, pal. End. This is a museum. Careful.
Is that the best you got? Homunculus, non come touch it. Indiana? I'd wondered where you'd got to. What happened?
Where did he go?
Who?
The giant.
I didn't see any giant.
I caught someone breaking into the museum. He was tall. He took something.
Well, did you see his face?
Scarred. Dark skin. He spoke some form of Latin.
Latin? Well, that is a novelty.
Come on, Marcus. We need to find out what he took.
Yes, righto. Well, this display case has been ransacked.
All right, so let's look around here.
Let's have a look.
At certain things before we continue on our way. So as an example, these things are now fully readable, which is nice. So China, divergence and commonalities. In the West, culture was cultivated from predominantly Christian or otherwise Abrahamic values. In the East, however, other religious practices shaped how society and people developed. Until the fall of the last Chinese dynasty 20 years ago, the country held faith in many unique religions, including Confucianism, Taoism, and a myriad of local superstitions. Yet, even in this most distant of lands, there are threads of myth showing commonality with our own beliefs. From the great flood of Gun-Yu to the dialectic creation stories of yin-yang, much can be learnt from the differences and similarities between the Christian world and beyond. So it looks like they did a lot of...
How are you? Finally, you are enjoying Indiana Jones.
I'm enjoying it because I can actually talk to you guys while I'm playing it. When I was playing it before... Now, the other thing to note is that the PS5 version of the game is a lot crisper and more detailed and runs a lot better than the Xbox version. So, all in all, this is just the better way to play the game. And I'm not saying that as a PlayStation fanboy or anything like that. It has been proven. Many people have said that they've noticed a huge difference in quality. The game has jumped in quality on the PS5. Not to mention the PS5 version has ray tracing and full haptic feedback. So when you use your whip, you actually feel the haptic feedback of the whip through the controller, as well as punching. When you're punching and fighting enemies, you'll feel like the haptic feedbacks through the controller. 17th century China, traveling in autumn mountains in this... What? Oh, that's okay. In this mountain scene, an official riding a donkey is followed by his attendant, who carries an umbrella. They cross a rustic bridge over a waterfall. Above them, a similar group in smaller scale, as if in the far distance, crosses another bridge. This type of jade mountain had its beginnings in the late Ming period. I'm assuming that that's this right here. Liao Dynasty, China. Headrest with 3 lions. 3 lions, 2 ferocious adults, and 1 playful cub form the base of this Chinese headrest. Often found at burial sites, headrests probably had multiple uses for their users, but their exact origins are unknown. But it's just really cool. I'm not going to read all of these, obviously, but it's really interesting considering that on Xbox, when I streamed it, this was so blurred out that I couldn't even read it. It was just so out of focus, and I thought, well, that's kind of weird that they have all these plaques everywhere, but you can't read any of them. But on PS5, I mean, it's so in focus and so crystal clear. It's really nice to be able to see that and to be able to like just look at these really cool artifacts and see that every single one. They wrote a backstory for it. I actually really appreciate that.
Look at this mess. The exhibits are all over the floor.
Ancient Egyptian, obviously. A depiction of Bastet.
The Bastet statue goes in the Egyptian section.
Looks right, Indy.
Ah, look at this. Ugaritic letters.
Ugarit.
All right.
Ah, well done, Indiana. So, is everything back?
Can you use your whipwits too? Lol.
Trust me, I would have done it a long time ago if I could, Lewis.
What was that?
Siwa expedition. He took the cat mummy, Marcus. But why?
It's nice to see that our music is back, because that opening segment was really annoying.
Yeah.
We were missing all of the music from that opening of the game in the Raiders of the Lost Ark section. And I don't understand why. It just made the game feel very awkward. Alright, so there's a lot of collectibles in Marshall College. So the first is right over here. Mussolini's...
Sorry for whoever has to clean up this mess before Monday.
Yeah, that would be you.
I remember that time the doctoral student snuck pigs into Dawson's office?
Ah, yes. I suppose it could be worse.
Yeah. It's going to be worse for you, Marcus, because you're going to be the one cleaning. Black Shirts article. Mussolini's black shirts ruled Rome with iron fist. All volunteer militia enforce Mussolini's doctrine of fascism on streets, but some call them thugs. But some call them thugs bullying ordinary citizens. The MVSN, commonly known as the Black Shirts, is not an uncommon sight on the streets of Rome, where they parade around in all black attire, spreading the ideals of the fascist government. Many citizens view them as a uniting force, while others are hesitant to voice their true opinions of the Camisci I probably pronounced that wrong.
Thugs harassing innocent people.
Is that Troy Baker voicing Indy? I'm assuming they didn't get Harrison Ford lol.
So you're right and you're wrong. So yes, it is Troy Baker voicing Indy. They did get Harrison Ford. They actually brought him into the mocap studio and facial scanned his face for the character in the game. But he is not voicing Indiana Jones only because...
I'm sure the nurse won't mind you helping yourself.
He's not voicing Indiana Jones only because he doesn't sound the same as he did back in the 90s. And this game is set in between Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade. So it doesn't make any sense to get an old 70, 80-year-old Harrison Ford coming in and being like, because it just wouldn't sound good, especially when he looks young, right? And in the auditions, Troy Baker did a fantastic job. Actually, his
just what I needed.
His performance is really good. I gotta say, he does sound like a young Indy to me, anyway. There is parts where he sounds like Troy Baker and not Indy, but for the most part, he does a good job. This is probably one of his best games. I'm not usually a fan of Troy Baker. As a matter of fact, I don't really much care for him at all. But I think he did a good job in this. So this is Indy's classroom, which we saw in the original movies. As a matter of fact, you remember in one of the movies, I think it was Raiders of the Lost Ark, a woman comes down and hands him an apple. This is that apple, which we're going to take with us.
Nearly. I was going to take my students on a field trip. Get their heads out of books for a while.
Go easy on them. They have a lot on their plate during midterms.
What? Oh, the note's over this one. Artifact number 21, Siwa, beautifully crafted cat mummy. Odd piece, discovered in an unmarked tomb in the Mountain of the Dead. Characteristics of craftsmanship usually found in tombs of wealthy people. Unusually lightweight. X-ray? There's something odd about this cat mummy. Can't quite put my finger on it.
That's where I put those notes.
Oh, Bjorkman's letter. I think this is a love letter. From one of the students, probably. My dear Professor Jones, I want to thank you humbly for sending me your letter. Your findings... Oh, never mind. Your findings undoubtedly pique my interest, and I am glad that you are eager to help us retrieve the Uppsala Scroll. Of course, many years have now passed since we lost ownership of it, but I have reason to believe that an ancient and very dangerous cult is behind the theft from Miss Lawrence. There are rumors that one of its members owns an old castle west of Sigtuna. If you have the time and opportunity, you are most welcome to join me so that we can try to find the Uppsala Scroll together. I can arrange accommodations for you and your potential companions at the centrally located St. Persgatan 10 here in Uppsala. I look forward to your reply. Sincerely, Professor August Bjorkman, Uppsala University, October 16th, 1937.
Interesting.
This is the love letter. Yeah. Dear Mr. Jones, I barely got any sleep last night. I was very lonesome and cold all night. This is the reason I was late this morning and missed your thesis on the Neolithic decline. It's rather devastating to me, and I wanted to ask you if you do private tuition, and hope that you could go through it again with me. Shirley. I love when he says huh to that. He's like considering it. Like, maybe. All right. Out of the way, Marcus. We've got some collecting to do. Wrong way. Okay, so there's a comic. Are we not going to question all the banging that I'm hearing in the...
Go through it again? That sounds tricky. Indy would take his whip and hat.
Does it... There's a whole bunch of weird audio in this location, like people rifling through books and banging sounds. I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping that it's just the sounds of the university. It just sounds weird. The thrilling adventures of Joe the archaeologist, the lost expedition, a journey into the unexplored. With only a throw net and his trusty slingshot, he explores the wild corners of the earth. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Indiana Jones was based on an old graphic novel from like the 1920s, I believe, and that is a reference to that. Alright, so now we just need to... I think we got all our collectibles now, so let's...
How did you... The front doors were locked.
My question is, how the hell did you get down there? You were right behind me.
Broken window. Maybe you got...
Phase through the environment.
That makes sense.
It's so cool to be able to actually read some of this shit now. Anyway. Let's continue on. Thanks for the help, Marcus.
Marcus, help me out here.
Coming, Indiana.
Thanks. I don't know what to do without you.
Oh, don't mention it.
Yeah. Well, you stay down here and have a heart attack. I'm gonna go grab this object.
Huh.
A pendant, is it?
Must have got caught when he left through the window.
Yeah. A mysterious pendant. It must have been left behind by the giant who broke into the college. Just because he's tall doesn't mean you have to call him a giant.
Good idea. Somebody sure went to a lot of trouble to steal a cat mummy.
It was a beautiful piece. You found it in Siwa, didn't you?
Yeah, 6 weeks ago. Something about that dig.
That looks Catholic to you, doesn't it?
It's the sigil of the Vatican secret archive, if I'm not mistaken.
This isn't just about a cat mummy, Marcus.
What are you going to do, Indiana?
I'll need my classes covered, of course.
Indiana...
Dawson seems the likely choice. Maybe Kittredge?
Oh, look. Someone's left you a gift. How long has that been in there?
I haven't opened this suitcase for a year.
Okay, so there is definitely still music. There's definitely still music issues. So the music it's very odd. It's present in parts, but it's missing in most parts. So I'm going to assume that when you live stream this game, without even giving you an option, it automatically cuts all copyright music. Which, if that's the case, that kind of irritates me. Because normally you should ask. Normally, if you're a game developer, you should say, yo, if you're going to live stream this, we're going to cut the audio. This game doesn't do that. This game just kind of like goes, well, you want the Indiana Jones theme? That's not happening. You're going to get nothing. I guess I have to pick up the diary first.
It's a beautiful journal, isn't it? Who's it from?
For your next adventure, Marion.
Doesn't
Marion,
say.
of course, being from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, what are you packing? And just where are you planning on going?
Only the essentials.
I see.
I'm not telling you, Marcus. I'm just gonna pack my stuff and
You know,
go on my
you
way.
can talk to me, Indiana, about Marion.
There's nothing to say, Marcus. This will be a nice gift.
Did I tell you that? 2 months back, when you left for Siwa.
Okay. I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything else to grab, so let's head out.
Though I must admit I am intrigued. Why would the Vatican want your cat mummy?
Exactly. And there's only one way to find out.
Come now, Indiana, you can't travel to Italy. The college would never sanction leave for this. Not in the middle of midterms. I mean...
Marcus, what's done is done. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to the Siwa expedition, but it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And when you got back, she wasn't there.
I gotta go.
Yeah, the music is definitely missing from this this scene. It
Can't
just
run away from your problems, Indiana.
yeah, there's supposed to be an entire soundtrack in this segment. It's so weird replaying something that when you know that there's supposed to be music in the scene, because then it just feels awkward. Yeah, like all of the music is missing. It's just sound effects.
Plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
My friend, stop. Vatican not safe. Stop. We'll wait for you at village steps. Stop. Subtlety is a virtue. Stop. Antonio.
Now the interesting thing is that when I streamed this on Xbox, I never had that issue where the music always played. But
Okay. Village steps.
now see now the music is back, but I'm assuming that the music that's back is not copyrighted. Because as soon as it becomes copyrighted, it's just going to be. Where'd you go?
Per il Duce e l'Italia!
And that's
right.
Professor to you.
Yes.
Here we go.
Now keep in mind this game doesn't actually come out until Thursday, so I'm wondering if they're going to release a day one patch on Thursday, which will fix these audio issues that I'm having. I have noticed a little bit of glitches here and there, but certainly nothing game breaking.
Il Papa è molto malato, confinato a letto nella sua villa. Ora è Padre Ventura a dirigere lo spettacolo e lui e Mussolini se la intendono.
Ecco, bene.
Che succede laggiù?
Pope article, the Pope is ill. The Vatican is concerned about the Pope's deteriorating physical condition. Is this the end of an era? Reports about the Supreme Pontiff's grave illness have sent tremors of uncertainty through the Holy See, raising questions about the future of the Church and its position as a moral authority for millions of people around the world. The vague statements coming from the Holy See have led to rampant speculations about the nature of the Pope's illness.
The Popolo d'Italia. Mussolini's propaganda mouthpiece.
This will come in handy.
Father Cramashi, the man in black, has ordered us to let the black shirts into Castel Sant'Angelo. For now, I advise you to return to the Vatican. My hands are tied, at least until the Pope has returned. I suspect he would be awfully vexed by all this. God bless. Father Raphael Caruso.
Letter from a Vatican priest. Don't turn around. Fair and square.
I always love how this other guy who's walking ahead can't hear the fact that the table just broke behind him. He's like, the other guard must be drunk again. It happens. Ain't nothing to see here, guys. Just a pole falling off a roof. A club, rather. A nightstick, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So I'm just going to wait until this guy comes all the way down here, and then I'm going to knock him out. Because it's better to get these guys out of the way quickly so that we don't have to bump into them later and have to deal with them.
Excuse me.
What? Why did you say excuse me? I love how another guard sneezed and Indy's like, excuse me.
That'll do it.
Alright.
This could be interesting.
From Valeria Molino to Officer Luca Accardo. Officer Accardo, against my will, Father Ventura has requested that I perform an inventory of the Vatican supply of medicine and send it to you. In total, there are 304 small bottles of medicine and 157 large bottles. Frankly, I do not understand why you would need to know this, but it is not my place to question Father Ventura. Regards, Valeria.
From the Vatican pharmacy. Fascists shouldn't be trusted with money.
I agree. All right, and now we've got our key, so we just head into the guardhouse. Dante, the priests have been ordered to be obedient, so keep your gun holstered and behave. If they give you any trouble, talk to Father Ventura. He is on our side. Captain DeVito. I didn't realize Danny DeVito was in this game.
At the Vatican.
All right. I think that's all we... Oh. Absolutely no reason to equip food right now, I don't think. You can try to eat it, but I don't think... Oh! I am low on stamina. Interesting. I didn't even think about that. Oh, fuck. How did he not... First of all, how did he not see me? The fuck was that? Sir, did you just bark like a dog?
Gotcha.
Actually, I don't even need that now because I'm going to be going up here, so... We'll just avoid using that weapon.
Getting closer. Huh? Nice view.
It always surprises me when it suddenly switches to third person for the climbing parts. Feels like a jump scare.
They did that to make it they did that to make it true to the original Indiana Jones games on PS2, because the original Indiana Jones games were in third person. A lot of people were angry that this game was in first person, and Machine Games, there we go. Machine Games' explanation for that was they wanted you to feel like Indiana Jones, and then when you were in third person, you didn't feel like Indiana Jones, you just felt like you were controlling him. So they wanted to put it into first person for that reason. At the same time, they decided to put the climbing parts in third person as kind of like a reference to the original Indiana Jones games back on the PS2, which were in third person.
Metal slug, heavy machine gun.
Surprise.
Okay, I gotta let that dog pass. So I do own all of the Indiana Jones games, but the problem is that you can't stream PS2 games, not without a capture card. I do not have a capture card, but I do have all of the original PS2 Indiana Jones games, as well as all the original point-and-click Indiana Jones games that released on PC back in the 90s. It's okay. Look out the window, and I'm going to smack you in the face.
Got me intrigued.
Fuck, he's looking right at me. There's got to be a loop around here. Ah. Yeah. We'll sneak up on this guy from behind.
Sweet dreams.
Is there a garden here? Dear Alessandro, Egypt turned out to be a little slice of heaven. Today we are going to the Great Pyramids. Wish you were here. Love, M.
The pyramids. Quite a sight. Nice to meet you.
And that's just going back into the locker room again. Alright, so we're done in here. Realistically, that guard with the dog, he's very easy to avoid. We don't really need to kill him. I mean, we could if we wanted to, but it's kind of unnecessary. Now, if I remember correctly, there's a guard right there. Fuck me. Alright, okay. Thankfully, he didn't see me. I mean, he did for a split second, but... We're gonna hope he turns around and doesn't come up my way. There we go. I swear all these guards have allergies.
Sweet dreams, fella. Down you go, pal.
The dog is right there and didn't even hear anything. That's kind of funny. What are the priests hiding? Is there something behind this wall? Card with bulls found by fireplace. One of the notes points to a circled spot on the map.
Some of those peculiar markings.
Red Bull's card. Well, meet me there at 1500 if you change your mind.
Facing each other.
Fireplace. They don't mean that wall. That doesn't make any... Ooh, what about... This kind of makes me wonder if there's a secret in here. I never thought about it when I read that note originally, but there's quite a few fireplaces in this, because there's a fireplace down there. That's the only one I can think of that they're talking about. Because generally those notes are not really found right next to their solution.
Are you using a walkthrough?
No, I've beaten the game hundreds of times. I don't use walkthroughs. Especially on games that I've beaten many times.
The Dreamlands.
Because keep in mind, I had this game for a year on Xbox, right? It just came out recently for PS5 a couple of days ago. But yeah, no, I've beaten it numerous times.
100% it.
Oh, if I can't find the solutions or whatever to certain things, then yeah, I'll use a walkthrough. But I tend to avoid it unless absolutely necessary. Father Amato, please instruct the janitor to clean the passage next to the fireplace. Last week, Father Raphael slipped on rat excrement, and he's been pestering me about it ever since. You know how he is, Father Russo. Passage by the fireplace?
Damned rat excrement.
Passage by the fireplace. This can't possibly be the fireplace they're talking about. I mean, there's a bunch of doors here, but I don't consider those passages. There's nothing really to... What's that, a violin? Can I actually play the violin if I combine... Be kind of cool. Combine both of them and just play the violin. Have all the guards come, show up, and be like, there's a mad American playing the violin. Right, I'm not seeing anything here, so I think we're just gonna carry on our way. I'm assuming that note refers to a different location then. Because both these locations don't show any secret passages. Unless... Yeah, there's no button underneath the desk or anything. Where is dog? There is dog. I run. Now, if that were a real German Shepherd, it would have already killed me. Because they can sense things pretty quickly. They're not that stupid. Lorenzo, you left the key in the Angel Courtyard gate again. I've returned it to the captain's office. You're lucky he didn't notice anything. Next time, I won't cover for you. Remember that, Mario.
Interesting note.
It's okay. I got the key.
Does interesting note mean whatever?
Basically. I mean, it's Harrison Ford, right? It's like, oh, what is this? What did I just pick up? What is this? Why do I care about this note? This note doesn't interest me at all. I'm just gonna go on my way. Wait a minute. Is there something... No, okay, that's... What is... I'm just curious if they have a collectible up here. I doubt it, but I mean, I guess it's always worth it to check, given how many collectibles are strewn all over the place in this game. Yeah, there's nothing. All right. Can you turn around, maybe, sir? That'd be nice. I don't think he's gonna turn around. Let's try something else. I noticed.
Hi.
Hello, Bentley. How are you doing this evening? Ah!
It's been a while. Dude.
Ma perché sempre a me questi incarichi noiosi? Presidiare il castello, discutere con i preti, assicurarsi che nessuno entri in città. Ma se non succede mai niente. Mi sono stancato.
Nighty night.
Sleep well.
Something from this one.
Where is, oh yeah, it's out here.
There it is.
John Fascist.
John Fascist. Could you imagine if they were just all named, their last name was just Fascist? Every single one of them?
Hit that bedtime attack.
Hit that bedtime attack.
I hope you know what you're getting into.
I shoveled you. Alright, anyway, so here we go. So we meet up with our friend,
I had to write a paper in high school about fascism in Italy and I had no idea what fascism was. It's a family-owned business.
It's a family-owned business. The Fascism Brothers.
We have to make haste. I just saw Father Ventura with a black shirt on his way to the castello.
Father Ventura?
What's that?
I said, who is Father Ventura?
We call him the Men in Black. A friend of Mussolini. Practically runs the Vatican now that
Is he related to Jesse Ventura? Dude, remember your stream of the FNF into the pit?
Yes, I do. I meant to finish that, and then I got distracted by other games. That's normally the case with my streams. It's like, part 1. When is part 2 coming out? Nobody knows! Whenever I feel like it. I'm gonna go through this entire game, and it's I'm not gonna spread this apart though. For the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna concentrate on playing this all the way through in my live stream.
Who's the guest they're waiting for?
I have no idea.
No, I insist. After you.
Okay.
No, no. You go.
After you.
No. I insist. After you, sir. Okay, I can't keep this going on forever. Be like an Abbott and Costello skit. All right. Anyway,
We made it, Henri.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
How many years has it been? 19?
Since the infirmary by the Piave.
Those were dark times. Unbearable without a good friend at my side. Follow me.
Hey, Antonio.
For me?
No, that's the latest humdinger out of New York City.
Grazie, amigo mio. I think you will need some rest.
Okay, I'm glad that the music in this part was playing, otherwise it would look like he's dancing to nothing. That would have really sucked. At least the music works in some spots.
Buongiorno. This American music is astounding. How do they play like that?
Ehi, che ci fate voi qui? Ventura ha detto di fare pratica per il comitato di benvenuto. E da quando?
What's going on outside?
Ma da come fare?
They seem to be particularly on edge this morning. I have cornetti if you want something to eat.
So what brings you to the Vatican, Indy?
I'm looking for someone. A tall fellow.
A tall fellow. Well, there is Giovanni, the chef. He is quite tall, and his risotto...
I'm looking in Italy for a tall fellow. Do you know of anybody who's tall in Italy?
I was telling you the phone numbers.
No, I remember.
Well,
I remember.
a cat mummy. Very unusual for where it was found.
Do you know any tall fellows in Italy?
Vatican calling card.
Vatican robber in Connecticut.
That you shouldn't have started with that. Yeah. Normally, when somebody asks you, "Why are you doing here?" Well, I'm looking for a tall person in Italy. Oh, come on. That'll narrow it down.
What do you make of this?
It looks like the sigil of the Vatican Secret Archive, but there's something different about it. Are you sure you want to investigate this, Indy?
Look, things don't add up, and it's driving me crazy. There's
Bro
more
could
to
be
that
looking
cat
for
mummy,
everyone.
and I'm not letting that giant off the hook.
He probably is.
Well, the only giant I've heard about is from back in the 16th
You know of any
century.
tall people in Italy?
And a certain Father Crescenzo claimed to have seen
No.
secret messages inscribed in the oldest buildings of the Vatican. He said they referenced a group of giants he called the fallen angels, hidden in the holy city. But bear in mind that Father Crescenzo was known mainly for one thing.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Stark raving, brain-sick madness. Well, let's get you dressed like you belong here.
Oh, sure, I'll wear me gown and be a total Catholic priest, no less.
Now I remember. This symbol you showed me, I have...
Dr. Indiana Jones is now a priest of whatever.
Yes, in the conservation workshop.
I'm taking back the record, by the way.
You did say you wanted to investigate this.
It's a lead worth following.
You can put these on.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll get right into
I
it.
hope they fit.
Huh.
I love how his name, he just comes up with this random name. It's like Father Gallagher. It's like Father Gallagher. Yeah.
You should have become a man of the cloth.
I found another calling.
We have to be careful. Il Duce has eyes and ears everywhere, even in the Holy City.
Vi siete fatto un amico, padre?
Well, Padre Ventura, this is,
Father Gallagher from St. Joseph's, Boston.
Ah.
I saw this part when you streamed it on Xbox.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to see a little bit more because this time around I'm going to do all the side content that we never saw when I did it. When I did the Xbox version, Stu, when I did the Xbox version, Stu, though, I kind of like avoided all the side content and focused only on the main. And we never saw the full game because I only streamed 2 parts of the game, and then after that it was just too much because Xbox doesn't allow you to stream on YouTube, and I don't use Twitch, so it was a headache getting all those live streams onto YouTube and then not being able to comment on them with Mike or anything. So I that's why I decided screw it, I'll just wait until it comes out on PS5. Now it's out, and now we're going to stream it in its entirety. Beginning to end, all side missions included.
He's a jolly fellow.
Yes. Good luck, Indy. If you need me, I will be here, in my office.
I thought you were going to be in the toilet, but fair enough.
Take a look in the library.
I'm going to take your oranges. I'm not going to take your oranges. Alright. She looks very angry. She's the angry sister. I think there's yeah.
Let me see here.
What? What is going on in the library? Can we not moan in the library, please? The Vatican I said, can we not moan in the library, please? Thank you. The Vatican Briscola Club, you are invited to join us for brotherly games of Briscola. All skill levels are welcome. Gambling will not be tolerated. Every Thursday after Mass in the library.
Briscola.
Apparently there's orgies in the library too. Oh, it's him. Okay. Maybe turn off the lights before messing with the electricity. Just a thought, sir. It's normally what most people do. Alright.
Let's see if this works.
Madre di Dio, what have you found?
Where did you even come from?
Secret entrance.
Stalker?
In my library? Where do you think it leads?
Now, if you look closely, I love this candle. Look at the wax dripping down off the candle. That is such a cool animation. I freaking love that. I haven't seen many games where you hold onto a candle and you can see the wax dripping off of the candle. That's very impressive to me.
What's your step, Indy? I've been asking to have the library renovated for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm not the one wearing a giant gown and being 90 years old, but I appreciate that.
My hands are shaking. I wonder who built this place and what it was for.
Whatever its purpose was, it's been abandoned for centuries.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go down another way. I kind of want to see what he says if he comes around the corner and is like, Indy, why are you on the rafters? These stupid Americans, always they come to the church and they climb up onto the rafters when I am trying to show them a hidden spot in the basement.
Where are you going, Indy?
Let's see if there's another way past this gate.
Of course, I will stay here then, alone.
Why did you say it like that? What did you want, a kiss? I don't understand. I'm gonna miss you, Indy, even though you swim 5 centimeters away.
There you are.
You stay there, Cedric.
Get that gate open.
It's very dark. I think we need some light.
Well, it's a good thing you have a candle then, bonehead.
It almost looks like a kind of alchemist's laboratory.
Those rats literally came out of the skull's mouth. That's cool. I didn't even realize that when I played originally. Mad Scribbles!
Writing certainly is eccentric.
Yes. What day? Year 1578. Perhaps. Time evaporates here. I follow the signs to this accursed place. At what cost, Father Crescenzo? I do not... Lost? I am lost. There is no escape. My mind rotting. I conserve fuel, lest the darkness consumes me. No, I must exercise this miasma of despair. Whatever soul finds this, use the map, find the abominable etchings. What do they herald? Perchance it is all for naught.